Hi guys, so today we're going to cover the importance of prepping and why prepping is so crucial when it comes to trying to stay on track. Most of the time what I try to do is do the 80-20% rule. So during the week, Monday to Friday, I try to stay on track, and then on the weekends, now that I'm not competing, I try to enjoy life a little bit more, as in I'll have a bit of a cheat, not be so strict during the week. So normally what I do is I take 2 days. Sundays are usually quiet for me, so usually it's kind of a day that we do cleaning the house, and then that's when I do the prepping of the meals. I also do get a lot of help from my husband, so it does help. And then I pick another day during the week, which is a Wednesday. So today, usually Sunday is my big day, so that's when I'll prep all my protein and my starches. Normally the protein will last about 3 to 4 days. Fish is something I don't normally do in bulk. I'll just kind of throw it in the oven on a daily basis. Usually I put 3 to 4 pieces. It could be either any type of white fish. I usually take basa. And then also do salmon. I normally will have like maybe twice a week. So today pretty much all I'm really doing is prepping some more chicken because I ran out. So I need another 3 days. I like to marinate my food. So sometimes I'll just kind of put dry rub. But my favorite would by far would be normally, literally, I just put balsamic vinegar, olive oil, cilantro, and chives, and literally I'll blend it all up in this little container. So I'll put my chives. So I literally put maybe like 6 or 7 of these. I'll put a ton of cilantro, and then I literally will put some pepper. Not very much. And again, like you guys can add garlic, you can add onions. I just have very sensitive digestive issues, so I tend to stick to the basics. Then I'll just put some balsamic vinegar. This guy here, pour as much as I want. I don't really measure any of it. And usually I use about 5 to 6 chicken breasts. And then I will use extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes I'll use almond oil or walnut oil. Just kind of changes the flavor up. I don't really measure this one either. I usually put about 1 to 2 tablespoons. And then I will blend it all up, and then basically I will put it on my chicken. That'll sit through all day, so probably about 3 to 4 hours. Then my husband will get home usually before me, so he'll barbecue for me, and then I just kind of chop everything up in about 4 to 5 ounces for all of my dishes. And then in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I will be prepping my squash. So you can see over here is that I got my squash on the oven. So basically when it comes to squash, I just use the spaghetti squash. So literally this is all I do. This is what it looks like. If you flip it over, I just kind of spooned it out. And then I will cook it for about 20-25 minutes. It all depends on the stove and how big the squash is. And then I kind of just fork it out. That will be one of my starches. Normally my meals consist of always a protein and a starch and some fat. So it all depends on when I'm working out. But I always like to have my protein and starch right after workout and before it. So my starches for me would be spaghetti squash. I've also got my sweet potatoes that I'm going to be baking. Normally I just bake it in the oven, and then I'll mash them up and put a bunch of sweet potatoes on, a bunch of cinnamon on it. But like I said, once you have all that portioned out, this is what's going to help you stay on track. Bring all your food with you. Even if you think you may possibly be home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you never know what can happen with staying at work late, having to go pick up the kids. If you have your food with you, you won't veer off. Now it's when you don't have your food with you and you've got to stop at places. That's when it gets more of a struggle. So just try your best to be prepared. Bring the smallest little snacks with you. Have a huge cooler. I have a gigantic cooler which looks like this. So I put all my stuff in here. Again, like it's the water I'll put here. It's huge. I put ice packs, leave it in my car, and if something happens and I don't get to come home in the afternoon or I don't make it in the evening, I know that I have my food with me all the time. Alright guys, thanks. Stay tuned. I will kind of show you a little bit what the chicken looks like once it's marinated, and I also kind of will show you my pancake recipe, because I know a lot of you guys, I talk about my pancake recipe. A lot of my clients have had my pancake recipe. Probably by far my favorite breakfast. So stay tuned and have a good week.